Hello everybody, it's Mama Char here, or Charlotte. Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something completely different. And when I say different, I mean something that I've talked about before on my channel, which is something I'm very good at, because I know a lot of you guys like to have updated content from me, whereas those past videos that I made these kind of content, I wasn't getting much. I didn't have as much subscribers at the time, so the feedback on them were kind of not good. What I'm trying to talk about is transitioning in sports, and it's a very controversial topic. Very, very, very controversial topic, and I mean very. Did I say very already? I think I said very. A lot of kids that are coming out as transgender are still, participating in those sports that you see at school, activities in school. And the problem with doing it at this time of life is a lot of people don't agree with it. So you're kind of clashing this gender thing that we kind of put together as a community already, and put transgender into it, and it's kind of like a controversial thing. It's the same thing as the bathroom thing, probably even if not worse. So I'm going to give my first what I think about it. I could understand where people come from when they say, oh, well, trans women can't really play women's sports because they have an edge. Yes, someone that has developed secondary characteristics that, correspond with that gender or that sex that they weren't supposed to be at birth, makes sense. But there's a certain point in your transition, especially if you've gone a couple of years on hormones, where your body kind of breaks down all the muscle that you had actually had before. Don't quote me on this. I was told by a doctor this, okay? That's where this came from. That your muscles, you kind of lose muscles when you kind of transition, because you don't have a body that's dominated by testosterone anymore. You more have it by estrogen. And that is something like, for instance, me. I can't lift up nearly as much as I used to. And my brother can lift up way more than me now. And that wasn't the case all the time. And, it's weird because I go to the gym more than he does. The difference between now is that you change the things that you kind of like undergo in your changes when it comes to like working out or training or doing other certain things. It changes because you've been on hormones for quite a while. Now, I can't say it changes your bone density. I can't say it changes anything like that. But there's a big difference between early age and late age transition. Whereas before, if you take blockers and then you go into hormones as soon as puberty is supposed to hit, I think at that point in time you should have an opportunity to compete with the women or the girls if you are a trans girl, and compete with the guys if you're a trans guy. The reality at the end of the day is that when you are, even if you're transitioning from female to male, you're taking testosterone, which gives you those characteristics that you wouldn't get if you were basically going through male puberty, or thicker, bigger, rib cages. I've seen trans men that have wide rib cages and big arms and stuff like that, because testosterone, it kind of like, speeds up muscle growth. I think like 3 or 4 times. Like, it's pretty crazy. But that is where a lot of people kind of find, okay, this is not supposed to be like this, and this is not supposed to be like this. Now, let me tell you guys something. I don't know what percentage of trans women, but I could tell you a high percentage of trans women don't want to be bulky, do not want to have big muscles, do not want to show off any sort of masculinity towards them. They'd rather be muscleized in a different way. Lean muscles. I don't understand where people think that trans women are just these muscleized dudes with wigs on, and it's not how it works. There are some people, and I'm not gonna say there's a very pinched few people that are like that, but those people, I don't know. I just don't know. There's been a couple articles, I guess, on wrestling. So I kind of forgot where I was. I'm sorry, kids were crying and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say essentially is there is a big difference between being in sports before hormones and after hormones, and certain times in your life and stuff like that. For instance, okay, so we were at wrestling. That there was this one chick that nearly killed this one other chick, this one trans chick that nearly killed this one chick, and it was kind of like mainstream in a way, where people were like, this chick should not be competing with other women or with women because she's a dude, or she has this, or she has an edge. And you know what? There are plenty of women out there, I'm sure, that are stronger than she is. I've seen it. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now. Based off of, like, for instance, let me put you in my shoes. I'm 21 years old. I'm 21 years old. I'm 21 years old. I'm 21 years old. I never really got bulky, no matter how much I worked out in my life. I never did, and I never will be. I've always been semi-weak for my height, for a lot of stuff. So, and you know, like for the other day, I went to the gym, and when I was at the gym, I was like lifting up like 25 pounds, right? You know how you pull them down like this? I was doing 25 pounds. That was this chick, I kid you not. Came over 100 pounds, boom, boom, like nothing. Yo girl was like, not all trans women or bulky looking dudes with wigs. That's the reality of it. A lot of people, especially kids nowadays, you don't see rage-inducing steroid boys out there attacking each other in high school. Now, let me tell you something. There's muscles and all that stuff, but I'm telling you right now, most trans women or people that are closeted don't even want to look masculine at that point. And if you do, like you're like me, I played sports. I played male sports growing up. I never really thought, oh, I should look so muscular. I should look really good. I should be really big and bulky. That's not really what I cared about. But there's a lot of trans people who are like that. But trans people are humans. We are all humans. We do want to participate in sports. We all do want to. There's always going to be an issue. Now, I saw a video on this trans guy competing against the women. Now, check this out, guys. Check this out. He was getting boozed because he won, because he has testosterone going into his body. Therefore, he's taking steroids. Now, let me tell you guys something. Why isn't it the other way around with trans women? Why is it that this trans guy should be competing with guys, but these trans women should be competing with guys? It's so weird. In a way, I think we're reverting everything back to the old ages. And what I mean by that is, let's say we did say, okay, trans women have to compete in sports with men. Now, let's say you have all these trans women playing men's sports. These sports don't even look like men's sports anymore. There's so many passable trans people out there, and trans women and men too, that it just kind of looks weird all of a sudden. Like the whole bathroom thing. If trans women had to use male restrooms, it looked like you have men and women going into the same restroom. Whereas on both sides, let's say you are a trans man, you have a big beard, you look bulky, but you were born female, and you have to go to a female restroom. All of a sudden, you have men and women going into one restroom. It is, either way, it's messed up, okay, to the people. And what I'm saying is, people should be evaluated. If you just started hormones tomorrow, I don't think you should be allowed, unless you are at a young youth age and you're taking it during your puberty or before it. Early stages of puberty, I understand. I am not like I'm not like someone that directs sports and all that stuff and knows a lot about stuff like that, but I do understand where people are coming from both sides of the perspective. I think that if you are big and muscled and bulky and you decide, oh, I'm a woman tomorrow, or you came out as trans and you want to play volleyball or something like that, I think that there should be a lot of limits. You're gonna have people that are serious as well. So there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff I could go over. For instance, I think, and it also differs for sports too. You know, you got wrestling is obviously a physical sport. It's gonna take physical strength from each gender, okay, to work with, compete in. Now, let's say sports like baseball. Why even segregate baseball? Because baseball doesn't require a lot of physicalness, I guess you can say, or like anything that has to do with how good you are at swinging at a ball. I think, baseball, it could be a co-ed sport. And it already is. It kind of is already co-ed. Even basketball, But people will always find new ways to complain. They could run faster. They could hit the ball quicker. It's always something, Trans people can't even do good in their sports they're doing good in, because they're just going to get crap for it and say, oh, it's because this person, this gender. And I don't believe that. I don't believe people should be hounding people that are trans because their gender that they were born as, and that's why they won. You know what I mean? It almost makes, this is exactly why I don't go for female only sports. That's why I don't do any of that stuff, is because I just don't want to get the hate, and I already know how it works. I know how people work. I know people will attack me if I do good. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I probably would do not that good. I wasn't the greatest in sports, but it almost kind of ruins like the whole working hard to get to become the best, and you can't really do that because people are just gonna kind of like tell you you're not really as good as you think you are because of this or because of that, or you shouldn't be in this situation, whatever. I've seen plenty of chicks that are bulked out, hardcore, quicker than me, physical than me, and look at me. I'm a trans woman. But do I believe that we couldn't compete in sports that correspond with the gender that we identify as? I think that we should be able to. It just depends. I mean, give it an evaluation, like how long have you been on hormones? How long have you been transitioning? Are you serious about what you're doing? Stuff like that. I think that's a big thing. I think there should be an evaluation at hand of the people that do go into sports and stuff like that, and to go through a test of results, whether they cannot. It's very, very, like I said at the beginning of this video, this is a very sensitive topic. This is a very controversial topic. This is very hard to determine because I'll probably get hate for this. But what I'm saying is, on both sides, I see the point. I see where you guys are coming from. But I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to where you are in your transition, and a lot more than just you're a trans woman, you're a boy, you're a trans girl, you're a boy, girl, trans boy, you're a girl. Oh my god, I'm like running out of words today. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys did understand what I'm trying to say. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, leave it a like, and if you guys can, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to become a Charlotte tier today. And if you guys can, also ring the notification bell down below if you guys want to be notified every time I upload to YouTube or go live on YouTube. Also, follow my social media links down below in the description below. Also, if you guys can, please support me by donating to my GoFundMe or buying my book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all kinds of different things. It's a really good book. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's my first book I've ever published. Anyways, I'm Mama Shar, and you guys are my Charlotte tears, and I love you guys lots like tater tots. Bye.